What's up, everybody? We are jumping right back into it. Kris here, talking about building your dream home. So, we've already talked about land, we've talked about construction, we've talked about old school versus new school. Now, we're going to jump straight into new school, which is the one time close construction loan, which is a pretty awesome loan. Now, this is what's cool. The one time close construction loan can be used for manufactured homes. The one-time closed construction loan can be used for stick-built homes. The differences between the two. What's a stick-built? Well, that's where they actually show up, they pour the foundation and build your house ground up on site. That's a stick-built house. That's what most people are used to seeing, and that's what they wrap their head around. Manufactured homes. Now let's talk about that. Um, let's talk about what I consider just the myths about manufactured homes. There's I personally have jumped into the manufactured home space pretty heavily with on my in my loan business. I'm able to do chattel loans, which are land lease loans, and pretty much any variation to include renovation loans for manufactured homes. I'm working on a product with a bank right now to create manufactured loans for investors that want to do manufactured home spec builds. I love the manufactured space. And I'll tell you, manufactured homes now, the ones that are out there, they do not look like most people think they look, right? A manufactured home, uh, they are beautiful. Now, are there manufactured homes that are like the single wide or double wide that kind of have that same look? Yes. But a lot of the manufactured homes that are coming out onto the market now, you would have no idea they were a manufactured home unless you actually looked at the paperwork. There's even some other things when it comes to the manufactured home that can make it come off as a single family home or single family residence when it comes to the overall appreciation. I'm going to be doing some future videos on manufactured just because I'm so passionate about them. And I'll probably do a couple interviews with some great manufacturers that I know as well. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the one-time close construction. So what is the one-time close construction? If you watch the previous videos, we talked about the old school way of doing things where you purchase a land, right? So purchasing land, you're 25 to 50% cash down, plus you're paying closing costs, plus it's on a 20-year note, not a 30-year note. Therefore, the payments monthly are going to be more expensive, plus the interest rates are going to be higher because there's more risk to the bank, which make the monthly payments more expensive, right? So we talked about that. And we talked about after that, you're going to have to get a construction loan, 20% cash down, higher interest rate, closing, plus refinance on the back end, going into a conforming or non-conforming loan. One-time close construction gets rid of all of that headache. One-time close construction, if you hit up a lender like me, let's say you want to build your dream home, what you end up doing is I will qualify you right from the start saying, hey, this is your max loan amount. Let's say it's 500,000. I've just approved you for 500,000 using the VA loan, and that's what you can go out and purchase a home for. And then you come back and say, well, Kris, I want to build my dream home. Fantastic. Well, this is the process. How do you want to do a stick built, or do you want to do a manufactured? Let's say you go, Kris, I want to do a manufactured home. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's get you with a builder slash manufacturer for manufactured home. They come back and the manufacturer says, hey, it's going to cost $250,000. $250,000 in order to purchase the manufactured home, transport the manufactured home, put the manufactured home on a permanent foundation, cover all permits, fees, and etc. That's going to be that to include grading. You have to get your power, your electric, your septic, or sewage. It's going to cost a total of $250,000. So we had 500,000. We got rid of 250. That leaves $350,000 left over. Well, if there's $350,000 left over, then that's typically what your budget is because it's land plus construction equals your loan. If you're approved for 500,000 and it costs 250,000, well, then technically you got 250,000 left over to purchase land. But let's say you found land for 100,000. Well, you just saved 150,000. You just saved 150,000. So you found that land, you pick it up for 100,000. So you're into it 250, 350, 350,000. And I'm watching this happen pretty often right now, even in California, in Southern California. People are doing this. They're picking up land anywhere from 50 to 100, 150,000. They're going in with full construction on manufacturers for about 300,000, sometimes 400,000, depends on how extensive it is. And then there's they kick it off. I'm going to give that loan, since it's VA loan, at 0 down. Yep, zero down. It's going to be at the going interest rate. Let's say the going interest rate is 5%. So it's zero down at 5% to purchase the land and pay for the construction of your dream home. Once it's complete, you move in and you start making payments. That's it. One closing. How does that work? Well, when the land gets paid off at the close of escrow, so let's say it's a 30-day escrow in order to get everything in line, that's paid off, and then that extra money, the pot of money that's set aside, and that's what it is, it's set aside, it's going to go into an escrow account for draws from the construction or the builder in order to create that manufactured home, pay for the permits, pay for the grading, pay for all the utilities. That money is set there for them to draw upon. Once it's complete, you move into your house. Now, here's some of the questions that I get with that. Well, do I have to make payments while they're building my house? Sometimes, sometimes not. So like on the VA, what I found, what we've done is those payments can be deferred. It's going to be interest only payments on the money that is drawn. Interest only payments on the money that's drawn that can start being paid upon when you move into the house, when the house is completed and you move in. So that becomes part of the loan. And we set that all up at the beginning of the loan so you know exactly what your monthly payments are going to be and those interest rates. Here's another one. Well, Chris, what if the interest rates get better by the time that the loan is complete? Depending on the loan product and how it's set up, sometimes on some of those products, we do what's called a one free float down. So if we start at 5%, but then the interest rates at the end of construction are 4%, depending on the product, we can do one free float down where we go from 5% to where when you move in, you're now at 4% still on a VA loan, which is awesome. But where does that help us out? If you're looking at a one-time close construction, you don't need all that cash down that you would typically need. So let's say it is a $500,000 run. Let's just stick to what we said. So what we say, 100,000 plus 250 per construction, right? So let's say it's $100,000. If you were purchasing the land on $100,000, you're going to have to put down a minimum. For me, it's 35% cash down. It says 35,000 cash you have to have just to purchase the land, plus closing costs. Let's say it's another $7,000. So 35 plus 7, you got to do that just for the cash out of pocket. Now, the construction, 250,000. I told you we're going to need 20% there, so that's 40, 50. So it's just throw it on top of that 40. So you're over $80,000 in cash out of pocket. Now, if it's the VA loan, you just have the one-time close on the VA with the closing costs. So if it's $7,000, $8,000, that's all you got to come out of pocket on. Do you want to pay $80,000 or? I know what I'd rather pay. Now, I also told you with the construction and also that land loan, higher interest rate. So if it's at 5, it's probably going to be sitting at around 7 or 8%. Big difference. Big difference. And you're going to be making payments on that stuff because they're separate loans. You're making payments on those loans. One-time close? I don't know. It just makes good sense. So that's the difference between old school and new school. Going straight to the one-time close construction is fantastic. We're able to do those loans in multiple states. So if you're an agent and you have somebody that wants to build a dream home, hit me up. If you're a person that wants to build their dream home, hit me up. Let me know what state you're in. If I can't do it, I'll point you in the right direction so you can get somebody that can do it. The one-time close construction loan is unbelievably amazing for manufacturers and also stick-built homes. For your primary or secondary residence, primary or secondary residence is what the one-time close construction loan is. And it's a hell of a way to build your dream home. That's all I got. If you have more questions, do me a favor, down below, leave me a comment. I'll either make more videos or reply to you directly. If you want some one-on-one time, just call me. Just call me. I answer my phone or text me. I have people from all over the country that call me from watching my videos and stuff. If I have time, I'm going to answer. If I don't, I'll call you right back when I get free. You can hit me up on Facebook, Kris McCullough, K-R-I-S, McCullough, MCCULLOUGH, or look up there and it should tell you. And KrisMcCullough.com is my website. I know it sounds narcissistic. I know it sounds vain, but it turns out that's my name. So that's what I went with. What's cool on that website, I have a bunch of free calculators. I'm not going to ask for any of your information. Just jump on there and use the calculators. They're fantastic. I think there's 14 different calculators. But you can hit me up on my Facebook. You can hit me up on YouTube. You can hit people on Instagram, even though on Instagram, it's mostly just me and my kids. But hey, join me on there too. But that's all I got. Hit me up, ask me questions, and I will keep making a bunch of videos that are for agents, that are for clients, that are about lending, that are about just generating more business in the real estate industry. That's all I have. Appreciate you all. Talk to you later.